Hi folks, welcome back to another stash video for 2024. As I previously explained, I'm doing two shows this year, small garden display and also an organised event, public display. So everything here is for the public display. These are all 1.3 type hard-hitting effects. We've got lots of variation here, but it's a brand that it's always escaped me, but now I have the chance to sort of do a more organised professional display. It's the perfect opportunity to try out this brand. I've got no issue with any safety distances or annoying the neighbours, anything like that. So we've got free reign for this site. The only thing that's really restricting us is the amount of cues we can fire on a certain system. I don't want to use my Ignite system. I want to use a professional system that a friend of mine has. So we are limited to cues. I think we're about 26, 20, 28, something like that, cues that we can only use. So I've got to be sparing with the selection I have, but I also want to pad it out a little bit as well as having that sort of variation. So like I said, Riakeo Fireworks is I think that's how they're pronounced, part of Happy Family, Chinese brand. They make lots of other different brands. However, this is their own sort of factory brand. So this is their sort of signature collection. They put their name to it almost. So it's got to be good. And the reviews are very, very, very positive. And there's some effects in here that certainly are unique. There's one piece in particular that's really caught my attention. And I've just not had the opportunity to one, to afford it, and to sort of fire it, and along with lots of other new kits. So perfect opportunity this year. We'll start at the top. So we've got Thunderbolt 3 there. So again, Riakeo Fireworks. It's got a shot count of 36 in total, and that's over a 35-second duration. So as you can imagine, quite a high impact piece. It's very loud. Firing pattern is mixed, so it does have on the top a little label just so that you make sure the fan is pointing the correct way towards the audience. All fan cakes tend to have that now, so just make sure you adhere to that if you do buy it. 25mm tubes, but it's 1.3G, so it will look probably like 30mm, 1.4 to be quite honest with you, because there's a little bit more flash powder in there. And the total NEC powder weight for this one comes in at 486 grams. In terms of effects then, this has got some lovely pinks, sort of some not standard green, they're more of like a lime green colour, golden strobes, there's blues in there, reds, and then it goes back to sort of lime green and pink again. And then it's got some nice, lovely, gorgeous red and blues, with sort of like a backing effect. I call it ghost effect. I think it's known as winter sweet in the sort of market, and everyone sort of non-professional seems to call it ghost effect, which I prefer personally. So it's got that nice backing to it, to the bursts. And then we've got fans, this sort of lovely sort of lemon yellows, blues, red ghost background. And then finale wise, you've got lovely gold tails. They burst into gold brocades. The hang time looks impressive on these. And then there's a fanned brocade volley as well, with a pink dahlia core, and then a second volley of brocades, and finishing with some crackle, so you know that it's done at the end. The only thing I will say is this is classed as an F2 firework, but because it's 1.3G and it's 25mm, I would not like to be 8 meters away from this. Certainly not my audience. So like I said, for the main display, my audience will probably be a good 105 meters maybe away from this when it goes off, depending on the wind. Obviously we might be able to make some adjustments on the day, but they'll be nice and far back and it'll be absolutely fine. Doesn't need to be close to anyone at all. Punchy piece. So looking forward to that one. We've also got its sister firework, Thunderbolt 4 there. I may as well show you the tops. The tops are very similar to both of them. They've both got primary and reserve fuse, so the two orange covers there, and then a nice label to show you where the fan is to be faced towards the audience, so you get that full effect. Thunderbolt 4 then, so slightly less shots, it's 27. over 30 seconds. Again, mixed firing pattern, straight and fanned. And then tube size variation as well on this one. So 25 and 30mm tubes. Again, it's 1.3G pyro and 405 grams of NEC total. In terms of effects then, it's peonies, so you've got reds, blues, some silver fish as well. Lovely little internal sort of effect. If you watch the video, you'll know what I'm talking about. Then you've got some lovely vibrant purples and blues, again with silverfish sort of centered. And then it's a W firing pattern. You've got a volley of golden tie brocades, again, with some blue as well. And then some more silverfish in between. And then we've got a W volley of gold tie brocades, and this time with lemon sort of stars, if you want to call them dahlias. And then it's the same, it repeats itself. And then the finale, we've got some purple dahlias and some really, well, some vibrant colours. It's a really pretty piece. And like I say, try and get some variation into the display. So quite two distinct pieces, Thunderbolt 3 and Thunderbolt 4. So we've got Vortex 1. This is something that has eluded me for many a year, well, the last couple of years. It's got like a jellyfish kind of effect. It's really unique. I think others have tried to copy since, but this is certainly the original, the first one that I ever noticed here in the UK. In terms of shot count, it's 21 shots, 30-second duration. Again, mixed effect, firing pattern, and 30mm tubes, so punchy as, because it's 1.3G. So this is a powerful, powerful piece. NEC comes in at 462 grams. And this is, like I said, it's a unique, it's called like a split core. So you've got glitter tails, they'll sort of fire up into the sky, and then you've got these massive strobing bursts, like wide strobe. And then there's, like I say, a split core. So half of the shell will detonate into sort of like bright stars. And then the other side basically has, I suppose, a bit like a horse tail, but it's got these sort of like tendrils, that sort of tentacles that come down, a bit like a jellyfish on the one side. In terms of colours, we've got reds, greens, there's like a pinky purple as well, beautiful, stunning colours. And yeah, just like I say, nothing just really on the UK market that sort of, certainly at the time. I'm sure there are a couple that have tried to copy, but this is the original and probably the best. I hear great reviews. It seems to sell out year after year, but that was the one, certainly the one from Riakeo Fireworks that I've always wanted to try, and I'm really happy that I've managed to get this for this year. Again, this is classed as an F2, folks. I wouldn't be putting it anywhere near 8 meters. This has got to go back to 25 meters. For our display, it'll be a lot further back anyway. So yeah, really interesting piece, and that's certainly one of the standout pieces from the Riakeo range. There are loads of the Vortex series, as you can see. I've not got them all. These are all from Epic Fireworks anyway. They've certainly massively upped their range in terms of what Riakeo provide this year. So it's a perfect opportunity for me to test out, one, a new brand, and two, some new effects that I've never had in the display before. So exciting times indeed. So that brings us on to Vortex 6. So this is 21 shotter, 25-second duration, mixed firing pattern again. So just remember, there'll be a nice little yellow label on the top just to advise where to sort of position your fireworks, so you get the full fan effect that faces the audience, so they can see that sort of in all its glory. Tube size again, maximum 30mm, and maximum pyro 1.3G effects, and NEC comes in at 420 grams. So if you like crackling, and it's not my sort of favourite effect in any sort of display, but certainly if you're doing a public one, you're going to have a mixture of effects, and some people do like crackling, so can't be selfish with this one. So we've got lots of crackling tails, crackling palms. It's a nice sort of split effect when they sort of burst in the sky. You've got reds and greens in there, and then sort of silver tri-bursts. And then crackling palms with blue stars to finish there. So we'll move swiftly on to Vortex 3. So this one's got a shot count of 25 over a 30-second duration, so slightly slower paced. We've got a straight firing pattern here, tube size 30mm, hazard class again 1.3G pyro effects, and the NEC comes in at a nice rounded 500 grams. This is a bit of a beast, to be fair. It's got lovely colour palette on it. So you've got some huge, lovely gold bursts, but then you've got some yellows, reds, greens, and blues. Really, really sort of vibrant effects. And the brocade is like a lovely, vibrant gold colour. The hang time seems really good on it. And also the finale, it's just pure gold brocades, with gold crackling as well. So you know when it's finished as well. I know to cycle on to the next piece, so it's quite handy sometimes when that happens. I know it happens with quite a lot of fireworks, it get a bit samey, but we do have some variation here to play with. Again, it's classed as an F2, but I wouldn't want to be anywhere near 8 meters next to this bad boy when it's going off. You're just not going to get the one. It's probably not. I mean, it says it's safe, but I wouldn't want to be there if there's anything to go wrong. You're going to be in the thick of it, and certainly you've got to crane your neck if you're too close to them. So yeah, you really want to be treating this as a Cat 3 piece, really, especially with 30mm tubes. Really punchy, really loud firework. And that moves us on to the last of my vortexes. So I've got Vortex 7 here this year. So this is a hexagonal cake. It's 19 shots, comes in at 40 seconds. So pace really does sort of diminish for this one. It's not quite as high octane as the others. Straight firing pattern, so no fan or anything like that to worry about. Tube size comes in at 30mm. Again, it's Riakeo, so it's 1.3G pyro. Powder weight comes in at 380 grams. It's a fairly simple firework, this one. So only really one main effect, just slight variations towards the end as it's got some crackling. So massive gold tails, and then there's what's called a king crown with sort of like gold strobing to it. The only difference being the finale is a 3-shot sort of volley. Again, straight firing, no fan, but that's king crowns with crackling. So yeah, again, it's 30mm, it's classed as F2, but yeah, I would treat this as an F3. As much safety distance as you can get with that bad boy. In terms of what I'll do with that Vortex series, I'm not going to have them fired consecutively. I will be padding them out with some fanned pieces as well. I've got some more kit to show you on other videos, so I won't just be firing all this sort of consecutively one after the other. I'll be mixing up slightly. Just because these are sort of smaller sort of duration fireworks as well, so I'll need some padding for them, which moves us on to the big hitters at the bottom. So we've got Wolf over here. So it's 25 shotter, 35 seconds, bit of an indulgence this one. Z firing pattern, so fanned, max bore tubes, 30mm, again 1.3G pyro, and bang on the money at 500 grams of NEC. So in terms of effects then, yeah, we've got, if you like brocades, this is probably one for you to consider. You're going to need a bit of room though, because the fan spread is quite immense on this one. So yeah, if you like your Thai sort of brocades, lovely glittering effects, lovely hang time on them. You've got sort of a red blink with the first row. There's some blue, I think, in the second one, and then there's some red blink in the final volley as well. Sort of like a strobing star that goes up as well in the sort of preliminary shots. So it's fairly simple, but in terms of spread, I just thought it's a bit of an indulgence. Lovely spread, like I say, got plenty of room in my display, and this will fit in absolutely spot on. The only downside is, you know, it's the duration. 35 seconds isn't very much, but you're burning 500 grams of powder in that time, so it's fairly spectacular. It's not massively pacey because it's 25 shots in 35 seconds, so you've got, you know, more than a second in between each shot. But I think it's absolutely fine. It'll fit in a pro display. Should be absolutely okay with that one. And then that just leaves me with Pyro Addict 3 here, the biggest piece of the lot. So this is the punchiest one of the bunch. We've got a shot count of 71 for this beast, 40-second duration, so it's, yeah, high impact piece. We've got a mixed firing pattern, so straight and fanned, and tube sizes are mixed as well. So we've got some 20mm, some 25mm, and some max bore 30mm. And again, 1.3G effects, and powder weight, a nice round figure at 1 kilo. So a nice bit of NEC on this beast. So it's got some real variation in this one. You've got whistling tails, lovely colourful bursts. You've got reds, yellows, like a lemon yellow, blues, greens, and purple. You've got crackle clouds as well. There's some spinners as well. We call them tourbillons. And they sort of twist up into the sky and burst as well into sort of tied brocades. So again, lovely sort of glittery type professional polished effect. Then you've got blues, reds, yellow, sort of lemon yellow stars as well. You've got a white and blue section as well. So like blue stars with that background ghost effect that is also known as winter sweet, but we'll stick with ghost effect. There's more whistles as well, and then you've got a wave of brocade tails to brocades with crackling, and then some diamond white mine lifts to burst, and then into sort of lovely large scale gold and blue bursts as well. So yes, more towards the tail end of the display for that one, but I have got some massive compounds this year. Probably gone a little bit overboard, but with the limited sort of cues I've got available, I've got to think about duration. So yeah, it is going to be Compound City this year. So it should be fairly impressive, but these are just for sort of beginning to mid-section mostly, apart from Pyro Addict 3 probably. So yeah, a bit of variation. Hope you found that video interesting, and I'll catch you on the next one.